Hi friends, Miss Jordan here, and today I want to talk a little bit about shading. Today I will be showing you how to draw a swan similar to this one, and I encourage you to try out shading. I will show you how I drew the swan and what areas I shaded to make it look three-dimensional. I would love for you to test out different ways and lights and darks in order to create value in a drawing. To first learn about shading, we need to know what value is. Here we have two different circles. They're the exact same size, however they look completely different. The first one is flat and the other one looks very three-dimensional. The second circle has a value. Values are the lights and darks of an image that make it look three-dimensional. So having dark areas and light areas give it a value of different lights and darks, which make an object look three-dimensional compared to one that is flat. When you start to shade, it is important to create maybe a value scale and practice shading with your pencil and going from light to dark. Here's a value scale of where we go from light to dark with our pencil, and we are adding a different amount of pressure. We're going light pressure to really, really hard pressure with our pencil. We can also achieve this by adding layers on top of other layers in order to make something look darker. We are now going to start the picture of our swan. In order to start off, we are going to lightly with our pencil start drawing shapes, and we are going to start with the shape of the head for the swan. So I'm going to lightly go in with my pencil, and then I'll start to go darker. This is about the shape head that I want. Once I have my circle, I'm then going to create a neck for the swan, where I am going to go down pretty far down. About right here, and then I'm going to curve up for this shape. Once I have that, I am then going to do a inner circle right about here for the swan's eye. Once I have that, I am then going to bring in my beak, which I'm going to draw two lines this way. And then I'm going to bring my beak kind of this way. And I am now going to erase this line because the beak goes in front of it. Now I'm going to add a little nostril for my swan. Once I have my eye, then I am going to come down for the body. Body, I'm going to come up and I'm going to do just a little curved shape right here that goes back behind the swan. But I'm going to bring it over just like this. Bring it over here and it's going to connect just like so. Now I am going to add a little bit of feathers towards the back. So I can now erase this part since I want the back to come to a point where the feathers are. And I'm going to bring a line right here for where one of the wings are. And then another line is going to go back here for where the other wing is. It's going to come down right here. So now we have all of the shapes for our swan. Now we need to start adding value by adding shading of lights and darks to our picture to make it look three-dimensional and realistic. To do so, I'm going to start off with my eye, And I'm going to come in and I'm going to start making my eye kind of dark. And I'm going to leave a little bit of light on the inside. So now we know where the swan's eye is. Now, in order to make the head look 3D, we are going to add a little bit of shading on the bottom of the head. So there we have the head. We started off dark towards the edge, and then we slowly started to work our pencil lighter and lighter towards the center of the circle for the head of the swan. Now that we have our head done, we are then going to move to our beak. In this case, the swan has a really, really dark beak. So we are going to color it in pretty dark. But where the light hits it, we're going to ease up on our pencil and not shade as dark. So once we have that, we are now going to move down to the neck. This is really important because below the neck is a very, very dark shadow underneath the swan's head. So you're going to apply a lot of pressure for the neck shadow. Down towards the bottom, we are going to add a medium shadow coming up towards our neck. And underneath the wing right here, we are going to apply more texture, or more value, and we're going to push harder with our pencil, just similar to the neck, because there will be a shadow underneath that wing. We're going to fade it softly so these two values meet. Because the light hits this wing, we are going to go lighter on the wing because that is where the light hits. Now that we have the body completely shaded, what really makes this look 3D is if we give a shadow underneath the swan. The swan can be in water, it can be on land, but I'm just going to come in with a very dark shadow to show that the swan is actually in fact sitting on something, and this will definitely make it look 3D. And we are coming in with a shadow that is similar to the area that is around the swan. We are going to follow this side up, and we are considering that the light is shining in from this side of the swan. So therefore it is casting a shadow down up this way. I'm going to continue my shadow coming out because the neck would be around this area. So once we have the drawing of our swan, you can then make the swan in water and do like a little bit of details or whatever you want to do for the environment that the swan is in. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of lines to make it look like the swan is in water. But here you go, guys. Here is my swan. I challenge you to play around with shading, and if you don't get this at first, don't be discouraged. Play around and just try playing around with lights and darks of a value scale and how you can identify where dark areas are compared to light areas. Just play around and have fun with it.